TV remedy to PayPal limitation. Simple ways to avoid PayPal limitation. Now, I believe you stop on this video because you have been one way or two used PayPal before, or you're looking to use their service and you're afraid of limitation. In this video, you will learn the TV remedy to PayPal limitation and how you can also avoid the limitation. And even if your account is limited already, I'll be giving you approach to restore your account. Do well to watch it to the end. Thank you. Okay, it is very painful waking up to a limitation on your PayPal account, especially when you've not done anything wrong. Let's talk about why and how you might receive an account limitation and TV simple remedy to PayPal limitation and headaches. Now, you don't really need to offend PayPal before they will limit your account. Now, the limitation on the account, it's always for a purpose of securing the customer access to the account. Do you understand? The reason for the limitation is for customer satisfaction to some extent if you look at it very well. What are PayPal limitation? PayPal limitation are temporary restriction placed on your PayPal account that could prevent, now here it's temporary or permanent decision placed on your PayPal account that could prevent withdrawal, sending and receiving of money. And even if you're trying to use to make online payments, it will not go through. Limitation may be placed on your account on account that bear unusual activities. Maybe you're using your account for the wrong kind of things, or like trying to withdraw multiple times in a day, trying to send out immediately you receive the money. All those things are things that trigger PayPal restriction. Do you understand? Non-compliance with PayPal terms, exceeding acceptable threshold, dispute threshold. Now, if you're having claims on your account and it's growing daily on all your transactions, people are complaining that it did not deliver. So this will also lead to limitation. Now, there are two types of PayPal limitation: the temporary limitation, the temporary limitation, the temporary limitation, and the permanent limitation. The temporary limitation is they will be asking you, we need some information about you or your account. That's what they will be asking you on the temporary limitation, like the screenshot you're seeing on the screen. It's temporary limitation. Why the permanent limitation? You can no longer use our service. We've decided to permanently limit your account after a review. Do you understand? So there's different. This one you can no longer use their service. Permanent limitation. Temporary limitation. You still have access, but you need to verify some things. You need to provide some information. Do you understand? This temporary limitation is different from the permanent one, because the permanent one is always like almost final. It's only those that have a unique approach that can get their account back after it has been permanently limited. But temporary limitation is still easy to restore very fast because they are just asking you for information about your account and some transaction you've done. Remember I said the reason for the limitation in the first place, the temporary limitation, because this video is about temporary limitation. So the reason for the temporary limitation is to protect your account. There are some times that they notice that someone else is trying to access your account. They will have to place a limitation on your account so that you can verify that you are the one or you are not the one. Having account limitation doesn't necessarily mean that you've done anything wrong, like I said before. Instead, they intend to protect both buyer and seller from suspicious charges and unsuspicious activity. This way, PayPal serve as a mediator between buyer and seller to secure accounts and improve customer experience. Like I've said before, that most times the reason for the limitation is to protect the account and to improve customer experience. That said, PayPal account limitation exists to encourage sellers to resolve disputes through PayPal Resolution Center as quickly as possible. Now, PayPal, when you're using PayPal account, there is a part, there is a feature on the account. There's an icon. There's a part of the account that is the Resolution Center. You will see it under the activity. Activity. If you're logging in through your phone, you see something like activity. Then you click it to check what is going on the account. That's where you see information about your account. Failure to do so can impact the ability to conduct business. Do you understand? So when your account is limited, there are some times you will not get a mail immediately. Sometimes after your account has been limited for days, that's when you get a mail. So sometimes you just need to check the activity on the account, the resolution center, to see if there's a limitation. If there's limitation, they will tell you what to do. They will tell you to upload an information. If it's a permanent limitation, you can't use our service again. Now, how to check if your PayPal account limitation. How to check if you have a PayPal account limitation in place. Usually, if PayPal account is limited, your ability to initiate transaction, accept payment, process transaction could be placed on hold. In some cases, you might receive a notification by email or on your account overview page. Do you see what I said? So sometimes you might not get it instantly on your mail, but you will get it on your account. Do you understand? So if you're logging in to the paper through your app, you will get a notification. Do you understand? But if you're not logging in through your app, you might just need to log in. Or you might get to know when you are trying to make online payment, trying to send money, or trying to do other stuff. All you just need to do is check the notification, check the overview, check the activity of the account if there is a limitation on the account, because there is always a time frame. If it not respond within that time frame, the account will be further limited. So sometimes it can be limited permanently immediately after the time frame they've given you. To be limited permanently. Now, PayPal information demands will differ based on the situation. Now, the information PayPal will ask you when your account is limited differs. Do you understand? The documents are often requested include invoices from suppliers, information about payment, about a transaction on your account, proof of shipment or tracking informations, a buyer's account or payment information, proof of identity. Now, this proof of identity, you can either use bank statement, card statement, utility bill, utility bill. So those are the three things that you can use when they ask you for proof of address. Or for the proof of identity, you can use your ID card, your identity card, your driver's license, or your passport. So these are the information you will be asked when your account is temporarily limited. Understand? So because if your account is permanently limited, they are not asking you for anything. They are just telling you that you can't use their service. But when it's temporarily limited, they are just telling you that you should verify some things. There are sometimes that your account will be temporarily limited and they will just ask you to verify your identity. They will ask you for a code on your number, or they will ask you to upload documents. Why do PayPal account limitation happen? This is some of the reasons why PayPal account limitation happen. Like I've said before, unusual account activities. When you're doing some things that are not right, like imagine some people receive payment and immediately they are trying to use the payment they've received to run other transaction immediately, and this thing triggers PayPal attention to the account, because it will look like as if it's a scammer trying to access the account. Why some people try withdrawing multiple times? Why some people try logging in from a different zone. When you are logging in from a different zone, is an unusual account activity which will lead to limitation. Do you understand? So now the next one is non-compliance. Non-compliance with their policy. Before you register for any account, any site, they always have their policy. It's just that most times people just click agree, continue. They don't read the terms and conditions, the policy, the user policy, the user guide of the platform. So PayPal also have their policy. So you pay attention to those details so that you will not get your account limited. Now, sudden product change. Now, this might just mean you changing your account business name suddenly. This trigger limitation. Trying to change some details on your account, it can trigger limitation. This limitation is just to verify that are you the one really making these changes, or someone, an external person, is trying to manipulate the data. Do you understand? So the fourth reason PayPal limit account is excessive dispute. Excessive dispute, when you are getting chargeback on your account, when you are getting cases, open cases on your transaction, it will lead to limitation. It will lead to limitation because PayPal will begin to suspect your account that you are not trustworthy. Do you understand? PayPal will begin to suspect your account that you are not trustworthy and you are not doing business widely. So those are some of the reasons why PayPal limits accounts. Now, simple remedy to PayPal limitation. This is the most crucial part of this guide. The first one is meet seller protection requirement. Now, the PayPal seller protection program is designed to protect online sales, mitigate fraud, minimize disputes, and improve customer confidence. So, like I've said in the previous video, that why PayPal limit people account is that they don't comply with the platform rules and regulation, and most times they don't even go through the platform rules and regulation, talk less of complying with the platform rules and regulation. So it's very important that you pay attention to PayPal policy. You understand? You need to pay attention to PayPal policy and know the right way to do things. That's very simple. Before you sign up, or if you've logged in, there is a category, or you go to PayPal community and look up for their policy. Check, read through it, know the exact thing to do and exact thing not to do. This is a simple remedy to PayPal limitation because it will help you not to make the wrong decision. Avoid unauthorized transactions. This is one of the reasons why PayPal limit account, and this is one of the remedy. Avoid unauthorized transaction. Most times people receive payment from or through illegal means, and this stuff triggers PayPal limitation on the account, because when you receive a payment and after few minutes you are getting a claim on the transaction that the buyer filed a case to you that they never authorized the payment. This will trigger PayPal to limit your account. This will trigger PayPal to limit your account. So the best way, the second remedy to PayPal limitation is avoid transaction that is not straightforward. Avoid doing business with the wrong kind of people. This is one of the remedies to PayPal limitation. Avoid questionable transaction. Now, when possible, avoid performing high-risk transaction with PayPal. Selling things that does not conform with PayPal acceptable use policy. For example, terms like drug, terms like hookup, terms like terms like trafficking, terms like there are a lot of terms like that. All those things triggers PayPal limitation. And if you're using their platform to try to sell something, ensure you are selling the right kind of product. Ensure you are selling the right kind of product. That's why you should look up their policy to be on the safer side. Thank you for watching this video. Now, the final bonus, like I said, that if you watch to the end of this video, you will get a tip on how to restore your account. Now, if there is any restriction on your account, pay attention to what they are asking for. If they are asking you for proof of identity, get a very clean and clear identity document. If it's your identity card or passport or driver's license, ensure you get a very clean document. Then, if you are asked for proof of address, ensure you get your utility bill clean and very clear, because most times it's no human being that will verify those details. Sometimes it's bots. So they just want to ensure that everything aligns with your account details. If it's aligned, the account will be restored. When they ask for tracking information, you can do your research on how tracking works, on how delivery and all those tracking details work, and come up with those information. If they ask you proof on a transaction, you can get a good editor to come up with documents or invoice about the transaction if you don't have that already. All these things will give paper, will allow paper restore your account. So this is just a bonus part, because this bonus part is what I share with my paid community, where I teach them how to create paper, use paper for business, and stay safe on the platform. Do well to, if this video has been valuable to you, like this video, subscribe, and you can also share. And if you're willing to join my community, you can send me a mail or message me on WhatsApp to join my paper community, because this is just a tip on how to avoid paper limitation. There are deeper kind of things that you experience in paper that you may not understand, but when you are in a community that helps, you will not be confused and you will be helped. Do you understand? So thank you for watching.